think this. The horses are in. This is the UK. This is what it's like at the moment. Absolutely freezing. Anyway, what I'm doing is I'm just going for a walk. Just been talking to a guy who lives up there, a Scottish guy. His little dog. He tells us all sorts of things about round here. He's been here 10 years, something like that. He tells us about this house up here, the Morton House. There's a bit of history about that. It's quite an old house. It was the first one here, stone one. I'll show you up here. It's a little bit of history. The history around here. There's a lot of history. And I've found some that's hidden. That nobody knows about it. Yeah. Stone dwellings next to the river. It's nice along here. Probably tell you some stories as I'm walking along. Hello. Do you fancy going for a walk? Just get that thing off. It just keeps the cold out my ears. I've got plenty of hair, I know. So, you fancy going for a walk? Yeah. How are you anyway? Yeah, you call back in. Somebody's inspired me to do a video tonight. Yeah, you know who you are. You inspired me. Oh yes. It's a beautiful spot along here. I'm going to take you along here. And I don't know. Perhaps tell you some stories of when I was younger. With this snow. This is freezing day. Let me show you the road. Everything's solid. It's not quite permafrost. But this area here, where I'm taking you now, it's got a bit of a shelter. And it's not as frozen. The fields over there, when I'm coming through the fields, it's frost. The frost is getting at the soil. Yeah. Isn't this lovely? It's just where I live. I just live, well, I don't know, not far from here. This is my walks every day. All over the place. I'm going to have to shift hands. My hands are so cold. Hold on. I'm just enjoying the walk. Like it. It's cold. I'm pleased with what you say. Keeps it warm. I've lost some silver. I was talking to someone. Well, it was the lady, and I had this silver. I don't know what happened, but when I got back home, it had dropped off. A beautiful silver ring. How on earth I don't know. But it's along here somewhere. Somebody will find it in the future. Beautiful silver ring. Silver ring. To get there, the feeling, right there. It's a beautiful piece. I think if I did that. hold on. Hello. You see me up very, very close there, I bet. See all me wrinkles? Don't give a fuck. It gives me character. That's what people say. Okay. Oh, he's some ducks. Hello. Hello there, mate. Hello. Oh, what's the matter? Oh, what's the matter? What's the matter? Oh, come on. Come on, don't be so silly. Come on now. Hello. Oh, you were friendly, aren't you? Oh, yeah, man. Yeah, man. Oh, 3 dogs. 3 of them. Hello. Hello. How are the dogs? How are the dogs? Oh, yeah. Golden. Yeah, that's my favourite colour.
Learning to find his feet as an adult.
I was just taking a video for my friends. Cause I'm I know. Yeah, I was just taking a video for my friends, you know, and what I do is I send it to them. Yeah, the guy just around the corner was telling us a little bit about the history of this area. I've just moved here, you know, and I'm finding out about all the history. I'm sorry you're on video here. If you're offended, you know, I'm sorry. It's just a part of the history as I'm walking down here, you know. So do you live around here?
We just moved in.
Oh, you've just moved in.
Oh
yeah, man.
you.
Yeah. This will be going to. This will be going to America. I know I'm a stranger, but you'll see us often coming up here. Oh yeah, man. So you've only been here just a little while?
Just a week.
Just a week, yeah? Ah. Well, it's a beautiful area. Have you done any walks yet?
No, we've just been round the wood.
Oh yeah.
We'll go off to the nature reserve later.
Yeah.
We love the sea as well.
Oh, the sea. Well, you're not far off from the sea.
No.
Seams, how far is Seam away?
Not far.
It's about 10 miles, is it? 15 miles?
Great.
15 miles.
We're going to enjoy it.
Yeah. Well, it's nice meeting you.
What's your name?
Joseph Wiseman.
Joseph. Chris Holden.
Chris.
How do you do?
Pleasure to meet you. I'm sorry you're on video, but anyway, you'll be going. A lot of people will see this, by the way, and some famous people as well. You'll be famous now. Oh yeah, man. But you're part of the history. I'm taking a little bit of history lesson for my friends here, because they're interested in what I'm doing, you know, and what's going on in my life. So I'm just keeping them updated. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cheers, Happy Christmas, eh?
And you.
And Hanukkah. Hanukkah as well starts today. The Hanukkah of lights.
Right.
See all the lights. See ya. So I've met one of my neighbours. He's just moved in. I didn't know whether he was, you know, I'm doing this as part of a little history lesson as well of the area. This is Morton House. It's nice. It's got it locked up. Yeah. And here we are. A lovely welcome. You see this? Hello. Well, trust. It's all looked after around here. Aye. Come on now. There will be famous people who say this, and that guy will be in it. So, yeah, he seems a nice guy. I mean, it's the first time we've met the dog. he's just moved in, so I know how to treat the dog. I didn't want to. He was just there. He's the main guy, and he looks after. He was just making sure everything was all right, and he could tell my frequency. Yeah, and he started wagging his tail now. I thought, oh, he can tell I'm a good guy. Oh yes, his frequency it matched. It came in. How do you think? We're thinking about Daniel in the lions. Did he not have the ability to read the frequency of the lions, calm them down? Because he was an angel. Yeah, these animals fear the human, especially if they've got the spirit of an angel within them. And that's what we have. We are the same. To approach the animal kingdom, whether it's a big lion, tiger, elephant charging at us, you stand. Different with a ram. If a ram was down here, and I saw a ram down there, and I was a stranger, the ram would be very observant. If I approach the ram, that's the correct thing to do. I've got all these trees, it's protection. The ram cannot just ram. The ram, if you understand the frequency of a ram, it has to have distance to ram, so the ram will back off to ram. You don't allow the ram to back off to ram. You approach the ram and it will keep trying to back off, to back off, to back off, and then it will maybe maneuver or get freaked out because of your frequency. Never run away. Never run away from a ram. You face a fucking ram. You face a fucking ram. We're in spiritual warfare. We face the fucking rams. We go towards the rams. We don't allow them enough time to back off to ram us. Spiritually get that in your head, because King David, Joseph, all those who knew about shepherding put all that frequency into war so that they knew how to be instruments of war for our Father. Shepherds. Shepherds are not scared of fucking rams. No. And all these rams, looking at the Masons and about rams and riding the goat, all this, yeah, it's taken from symbolic natures and put into, yeah, I don't need to go into it. You go into it if you're interested in it. If you're not, it's fine by me. Father, let me just say this. I should have put this down somewhere. Yeah, I'll put it there. Will it be safe there? I don't know. No, it's, I'm sorry. There's nothing to balance this on, so I'll just have to hold it. Where was I? This snow here. This snow here, look. It's a frequency. It's a frequency. Do you know that you can create all this through frequency? Did you know that they've got high tech that can control weather through frequency? Did you know that? Yeah. So Father's allowed them to find out about all this. They're going to manipulate the weather. He's going to allow them to do it. In the ancient script, he said, I have a storehouse of snow and ice. And they're using it. They're using Father's storehouse. They found out how to do it. The Father is allowing them to do it. Father is allowing them to do it. Perhaps he's allowing them to do it because they're doing his job for him anyway. And they don't even realise. So, let me just tell you this. The storehouse is going to be opened up. And it's going to block. The system worldwide will be blocked, relocked. That's what's coming. It's an ancient script. I'm not telling you anything new. I'm just reminding you what to prepare for. The system is going to slow down. It's as if it's got treacle in it. Everything will just slow down. What are you going to do? How are you going to survive? I watched a film the other day. Fury. A young boy, he was a Christian. He was in the front lines. And he was asked the question, oh, you're a Christian? Oh, yeah. Do you believe you're saved? Do you believe you're saved? And he looked at him. He said, well, watch the film. When people use that expression, Jesus saves, Yeshua saves, that boy faced that question. He didn't answer. Has Jesus saved you? He was about to face the most greatest battle he could ever imagine. Now ask the question after the event. Did Jesus save? Did Yeshua save? When you're faced with a situation like that, that is an example. Fury. It's a film. A great lesson in it. Because at the end of it, there was only one survivor. Who was it? I won't say it. If you're interested, yeah. When I was a boy, I was only a young boy. I hadn't seen much snow, and it snowed so badly that all the school where I lived was covered. The whole school was covered. You could only see the roof of the school. Everything, everything. I woke up and I thought, how do I get out of here? And there was drifts. It was a wonderful. I thought, wow, this is fantastic. I'm off school. I never go back to school for. How long was it? Let me just tell you this story. Will you balance? Will you fucking balance here? Will you balance there? There's nowhere to balance. There's nowhere to balance. Everything's icy and it's slippy. Anyway, the school, and I thought, oh, I'm going to be off. And we ploughed through out of the house, and I managed to find my mates, and we said, what are we going to do? And I said, well, how about making an igloo? Igloo? Right, igloos them days, we'd only seen them in history books, and I remembered the shape and everything. I thought, I'm going to make one. So what I did was, I said to my mother, I says, Mother, I'm going to make an igloo. And I'm only this high, I'm only about 7 or 8. She says, well, how are you going to do that? I says, have you got a knife, Mum? She says, yes. I says, I need a big knife, what, Mum? She says, well, you all right with knives? I says, I've got knives, I've got pen knives and everything, Mum. She says, what are you going to do? I said, can I have that bread knife there? She says, go on. So I get the bread knife and I'm cutting it into little blocks. And I thought, right, I'll put these blocks all at once, and I made a foundation of a circled, cut out with a knife. And then I built it up and I managed to do it with a hole and everything to walk in. Well, I used to sit in it. I used to have a little candle. It was as warm as anything. It was actually warm with a candle and everything. And I put a blanket in. And I thought, no wonder it's as warm as the house, just with a candle. How was that? And then it starts melting on the side, and so I thought, I'll put a hole in, because there's a bit of smoke. And then I put the hole in, and it went out. And believe it or not, honestly. So I was thinking, my mates can come in and experience this, so I told them. And they all came, and they thought it was great. And everybody was talking about it because it was just out on the lawn we had a big lawn. And as they were passing, he said, come in. I said, yeah, come in. We had a great time. It was quite big. It wasn't just a little one. It was a big one. You could get, I could get 4 mates in, plus me, 5. But we're all squashed, like. We're all squashed. We had a great time. And my arm's getting tired holding this. This is the walk. Do you know something? I was thinking, if you perhaps were stranded outside, the worst thing, if you were in a car and you were stuck, the worst thing you could ever do is stop in that car. The metal, and you turn it in, and all the fumes can come into the back. If the snow builds up and you get carbon monoxide. The most dangerous things if there's a lot of snow around a car. Please get out. You might think it's protection inside. It's not. It will eventually go absolutely colder than outside. With the metal will go absolutely, no matter what you do in severe weather. Yeah. As a little boy, I would have said to my mum and dad, I'm going to make an igloo over there, mum and dad, and we've got some candles in the back. We can just sit in there until we can sort things out. And it would that would save your life. Oh yeah, man. Igloos warm. Igloos, you can make your own igloos. Anyway, that's a story when I was a young boy. Yeah. I'm full of silly stories, isn't I? I've got so many stories to tell. So many stories. Would you like it round here? Huh? This is the wood. The little wood. Anyway, I'm going to do a video tonight. You see up there? Way up there. There's a nest. You see it? And there's a little blue tit that's just arrived. Hello, blue tit. Oh, you've gone. So much around here. Yeah. That's probably either crow's nest. Crow's nest. Maybe. I haven't looked for signs today. All I've done is just take you for a walk. If I was to ask for anything at all, I didn't do that. So it's just a walk. I just like having a walk, talking about things, you know. And, I hope you enjoyed my little chats. And little walks. Yeah. I'll turn it off over here if you like. You might think it's cold. I bet Joseph's absolutely freezing. Actually not. As I'm walking, I don't know what it is, but I feel warm. Someone coming for a walk. I think I'll go the opposite way. Let me just go through this way. Like being adventurous, you know.